If you are surviving in Ghana, please show us the trick. Because, Charlie, some of us are going through it. I don't know about you, but the last time we spoke, we talked about poverty. The economy is not doing well. The dollar is 15 Ghana Cedis and plus. In fact, a dollar transaction I did today was 15.8. Can you imagine?
Is 16.
Aboki is 16.
Aboki that normally saves us, no.
It's 16. But Bank of Ghana still has positioned theirs at 14.0. I don't know who they are deceiving. And of course, I can understand because the politician seems to align with what the Bank of Ghana says. That the depreciation of the Cedi is a ritual problem. It doesn't matter whether it is NDC or NPP. It has been there since.
It's definitely a ritual problem because we need a fetish.
It will only be a blind person or somebody who is skewed towards a certain thinking that would say that it's an NPP problem. But you know, for a deputy finance minister to be asking somebody, that you are wearing the shirt, is it not imported? Are you not supposed to policy us to make sure that we are not importing the shirts?
No.
Watch the video. When we come back, we will talk about it. Because seriously, I don't get it.
Cedi, this is the first time Cedi. Who accorded what you are wearing? Didn't we import? We imported this. We imported that. Cedi depreciation is a ritual problem. I agree with you. It's not because of one particular government, unless one is suffering from unconscious incompetence or displaying intellectual dishonesty.
You remember I told you that the people we vote for they are not leaders. So, it's like we are all here, and then we are all hungry. Then you select one of the hungry people to go and bring the food. Or look for the food and bring.
Where is bringing the food? Is it half of the food before it gets to you?
Of course, he needs to solve his own hunger before he gets to you. That's the point. So that split seconds, he has forgotten that he's the Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
Who is in charge of policy to ensure that the guy he's pointing to doesn't import his shirts from wherever he imported it from. And that's the basis of your problem right there.
I keep saying this is the first time that somebody in a ruling government is not riding on top of his government, but sitting out, right? He's sitting out to say, vote for me to fix it. That is a clear statement that this government failed. Nobody can change my mind. Nothing you say, I don't care if you come and diss us in the comments because we know you're all skewed. Of course, your mouths are full. You're not going through it as some of us are going to. So you can clearly say, oh, how about what they did? No. Because if whatever they are doing is right, that should be a campaign message for Bawumia to step on to say that we will come and do better. How do you, the Deputy Finance Minister, say that when in fact the Muslims should tell him to stop using that inshallah. Inshallah when Bawumia came. How are you doing the same?
Akufo-Addo has come for 8 years and
now you are saying inshallah when Bawumia comes. Clearly you guys are the incompetent ones.
When Bawumia is ending his inshallah, when he comes. You know, this is how you feel that you are being taken for.
And that is why it's a ritual problem, because clearly no one is solving it. It's a cycle. In fact, we are done. The butterfly cycle. There's no death.
This is how you find out you are being taken for a ride, in case you are wondering. You know, because in Ghana, not everybody feels we are being taken for a ride.
Their mouths are full.
This is the biggest symptom for you to know that indicates that you are being taken for a ride. You know. Now, look, several levels of this. One, I think he further had an interview on Citi.
The FM. One that he didn't allow them ask him questions and he was answering his own questions.
That's how Stika is. Stika, yeah, Stika, you take him seriously at your own peril because he was charging. Yes, he's charging this round head and then charging like that. Back to the main issue. This has to do with people's lives, yeah? And again, you look at governance as a continuum, and I agree with that. So when you're looking at the basis of a problem, look at it from how it started, and then you are hoping that, in the coming periods.
Yeah, you have a long-term plan
so the solution. But it's been 30 years since democracy. we've known, even if you take the Rawlings years and the coup years out, let's just concentrate on the democratic years. We've known this problem that we are an import-led economy, and of course that affects our Cedi. We know how the Cedi works or performs in a seasonal manner. And this time, at this stage, now it's not even in a seasonal manner. Since 2022, it's just been falling. After COVID, it's just been, I don't even want to say COVID. I think the main issue was we did not get dollars into this country to do the cosmetic, the superficial stabilization of the Cedi we have been doing.
I think you have an economist friend who mentioned this years ago that until we stop borrowing to shore up the Cedi,
no, we will never. Professor Buckman of University of Ghana. So that's the main thing. One of the ways you know your politicians have failed is especially when it comes to your currency, because everything rides on it. And if you look at the rate of depreciation and you compare it to all the things this government has done, it's, as Bawumia will say, it's not my words. When the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
So there are people of the view that we in Ghana, we complain a lot about everything, especially with those who have not traveled before, because when you travel, you realize that the economy is not doing so well everywhere as we think.
None is this bad.
But that is what I was saying. None
is not this bad.
Even Ukraine that's going through war,
they are doing
borrowing
stickers words. They are throwing bombs. Bushiak. It's not.
that is where I come to. So Ghanaians have the right to complain. Yes, like as he said, it's a ritual problem. It's not an NPP, and I keep using that word.
No, it's not a ritual problem.
It's not. The Cedi didn't start depreciating only during the NPP's time. My problem with NPP is they are not owning any part of the problem. Like this government, they've put themselves out, and then we are on the side. Honorable Ablakwa said something yesterday on air. You know, there's an ongoing case about the SNITS thing, the SNITS selling of shares to a private company, and apparently the president has called for a meeting. SNITS should try and have a meeting with the stakeholders, and he's saying the president is acting as if he's one of us. He has the power to say, stop this, come back, close this, but he's sitting on the side and he's acting like he's calling for the meeting you and I are calling for. So why are you there?
It's musical chairs.
That's exactly what the finance minister just did.
It's like him asking.
You are the solution. You have the solution to the problem, and you are asking me, the person sitting on side, that am I not importing the shirts? Am I the one allowing them to bring in shirts for me to import? What happened to GTP? What happened to Printex? How many of them exist today?
Well, the two of them all exist today. So what's your point?
My point, they exist towards capacity.
We
allow Chinese people bring in wax prints that are so cheap that people who would buy GTP would buy Chinese prints instead because it's cheaper. They are doing it at a large scale. Of course,
China is giving you $1 billion loan.
So that I can collapse my economy.
You choose to collapse your economy yourself.
Please, the part of this government that makes me just like get angry is where they say we will solve it in Bawumia's government.
Yes.
So and I saw a very funny post. Bawumia's entire campaign message is, give me the power. When I come to government, I'll solve the problem that my government could not solve when I come to government. You are part of this government.
No.
How is he? Please. Then he shouldn't have been the vice president then. This person talking shouldn't be the deputy finance minister if he's telling me that there is no solution until the next 8 months. We can't put out anything. We can't do anything. Just go on your knees and pray.
That's why it's a ritual problem. You need spiritual.
Just pray for the next 8 months. When inshallah Bawumia comes, they need to ban him from using that word because he used the same thing 8 years ago when they were campaigning for Akufo-Addo to come into government. We are using the same sentence. They say, Ghanaians, they really fear. You know what they say? Yeah, that's what they said. That's what it was a politician who said that Ghanaians have short memory.
It was Muhammad who said it.
And he's not lying. He did not lie. Because the infrastructure Bawumia did for us, Akufo-Addo shouldn't have come into power. Like, it's very disappointing. And they sit on the things and then they fold their arms. And I'm sure, as usual, their chest, they've opened their chest and they realize that the chest is not full. So at this point, we are just raking in money. Please, all the dollars that you are in your, please release it. It's election year. Let's feel better.
Okay, so let me try and give you some hope.
Hope?
There's no hope. It will get worse, most likely.
Yeah.
At least, if you feel I'm not credible enough, Kofi Amoabeng should be a credible source.
Is he?
The former UT boss. If anything, he has dealt with Forex for a long time.
But my fears, I'm a finance guy, my fears is that if the Cedi to the dollar is now 50 to the dollar and we are just about getting to election, and the records are there, every time when we go to election, there's a huge devaluation of the Cedi, or the Cedi depreciates against the dollar. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Cedi by the end of the year is hovering around 18, 20.
18?
Yeah.
20?
Unless there's serious interference.
Did you say 20?
Yes.
He has dealt with currencies in the banking system. He's owned a bank for at least a decade. He knows how the cycle works. So he's telling you categorically that by December, the Cedi will hit 20 Ghana cedis. Now, from things I've seen in the past, it's a big possibility. Why? We are in an election year, first point. Now, and then the election is at the end of the year. So two things. The fact that we are in an election year means that foreign businesses will not ingest dollar into your economy for capital expenditure. If a business is thinking about expanding branches, if they are thinking about establishing factories, anything that requires input of financial inputs or investment, they won't do it in an election year. Especially, at least not around this time, from quarter 3 to quarter 4, because they want to see how the elections will go, see if there will be stability and all of that. So you cannot bank your hopes on individual or private money coming in. Secondly, all the loans we've taken, all the foreign loans we've tried to get, none of them have come in. Usually what we normally do is take it maybe from the cocoa syndicated loan, Eurobonds and all of that, and use it to stabilize your Cedi. It's not coming. So that's another thing. I don't know how we are going to stabilize this. The third thing, the only dependable inflow of foreign currency or dollar you expect is from the IMF. They are giving you about 300 million.
And where does that money go?
Quarter. Please, business people, politicians, all of that, they have lots of Cedis. Yeah? Lots of Cedis in their houses, in their accounts, waiting to swallow that dollar when it comes.
Because it doesn't do anything to us.
$300 will not get, it won't come out of the corridors of power and even enter the system. It will vanish.
It's crazy.
So that's another. Now the last thing is of course, the Bronya imports that have been coming. So our importers, they will change a lot of dollars. And so all these, I don't know what the defense mechanism is.
Constant need to pay the power.
No, that one they are big. Let's say that one is a constant thing. So that one they've been doing it. But these are all the pressures on the dollar.
Yeah.
Now, I don't see the defense. Usually, the defense is that we have some loan sitting somewhere that will be releasing. We don't have that. So, that is when you put 2 and 2 together. Recently, this week, the surge in the dollar was attributed to Hajj people going for Hajj. That's why the Aboki's family members are taking the the dollar, they are going to Mecca. That is why we couldn't find some. So you can imagine that businesses are repatriating profits. See, I forgot about that. Foreign businesses are repatriating profits out end of year. So, Charlie, 20 ni de
you do 20 What does that mean for your salary? Because whether I like it or not, once the dollar hits 20 cedis, prices will go up. Because no businessman is here to do charity. So, of course, he will increase prices. Fuel prices will go up. Everything will go up. Something has to happen. Like, there needs to magic. And this is just some data. So, there's a BloomBerg report that says that the cedi hasn't gained against the dollar since the last 22 trading. Like, the longest losing streak since 1984. I saw another one that said that the dollar has been the cedi has been in a falling decline against the dollar since 1994. But you know the streak, as in like it goes a little and come. This is like constantly dipping. 22 times, constantly dipping. So like we don't have like much hope, right? The depreciation rate is crazy, 14% against the dollar, and only because of supply deficit.
Can you imagine? No, like think about this. During the Kufuor era, when 1 cedi was 10,000 old Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
10,000 cedis, old Ghana cedis. Then they decided, okay, let's redenominate. So what it means is that 10,000 now has been swallowed into 1 Ghana cedi.
Yeah.
So that $1 is equal to
1 cedi.
1 cedi. Now, literally, we are back.
Yeah.
Like we've depreciated to the point where now 1 Ghana cedi is what? It's gone past 10 Ghana cedis. So maybe let's redenominate again.
I don't get it.
No, so now 1 Ghana cedi is gone past. It's gone past. $1 is gone past.
1 Ghana cedi. I get it.
So now it is like one. If you were looking at it in the old currency, it is about 150,000 Ghana cedis. So maybe it's time to redenominate again.
15,000.
So 150,000.
No, it's 15,000 old Ghana cedis. It was 10,000.
Yeah, no, now it's 10 times. Now it's 10 times.
It's true. Oh my God.
It's 10 times. It has devalued. It has depreciated 10 times over. That's 1,000% or what?
No, those were the days when you were doing investments in dollars. You were enjoying.
Charlie. And there's another statistic that says at this rate of depreciation, in about 20 years, the value of your currency, like if you have a value right now, so whatever it is, if
you have like 100,000 cedis,
it is gone.
Yeah.
Like it has no. There's value zero.
If at the beginning of the year you had
the value will be
50,000 cedis, now that money is now 25,000.
So at that rate, in about 20 years, then your 100,000. If you start from this rate, your 100,000 now will be zero.
You know what?
The value is zero. Like it's like you don't have any money at all.
All the insurance policies that are in Ghana cedis are probably going to be useless by the time you collect them, because they are insured by a certain percentage, like maximum 5 to 10% like interest rate, because that's like the reasonable sense an inflation should have, like a country with inflation should have, like, and that's our target as a country, between 6 to 10% is reasonable. But today we are 25%. 25% inflation. And when you tell them that, it means that if I had 1 Ghana cedi, now that 1 Ghana cedi is 75 pesos. People don't believe it. But that is the truth. Because if I went to the market with 200 cedis, if I'm even talking too far, just last week, I bought tomatoes, 3 pieces of tomatoes for 10 Ghana cedis. Just yesterday, my mom went to the market. She bought 3 pieces of tomatoes for 20 Ghana cedis.
So,
tomatoes!
Charlie, keeping your money in cedis, eh?
My friend says she just blends pepper and then she pours ketchup. She pours more ketchup on it because she can't do the tomatoes.
People are suffering.
No, but like it's crazy. It's crazy that like the reasons, like, and I really think it's because we've not been able to borrow for a very long time. Because that is the only way.
Proud of what
No, I'm just saying that is what all the previous. You know how you said governance is a continuum. Wait.
How do you borrow to even live? Like, no, what stage do you have to be in your personal life to borrow to eat?
You know how you said governance is a continuum? For the past 16 years, that's what we've been doing.
Your credit rating was downgraded to the point where investors were not willing to take the risk on you. It's not because
it wasn't because of COVID.
Nobody said because of COVID we don't have money to give you. They said you are not worthy of getting credits. Like how an individual will go to the bank and they will assess you and please, all the rating agencies downgraded. It got to a point where our economy was at junk status. Means there's no glimmer of hope. And true to the word too.
Junk status.
When the IMF came, the first thing they said that you can't pay your debt. All the debts that have accrued now, that have matured now, you can't pay them. So you have to do the debt exchange, starting from all the monies you've borrowed from your own people. Then now they've done the external ones, the foreign ones.
You know the funny thing.
How bad you need to get
when you look at
stage.
The country for the next 4 years, 6 years, I don't see any hope. So that statement the finance minister claimed that should he tell them or should he give them some hope? There's no hope.
Now he's a
because
pastor.
in 2027, people's debts, the debt exchange things will mature. And at this rate, we won't be able to pay them. We won't be able to pay them. So how? I don't see any glimmer of hope for this country for at least. I think we've gone back a decade behind. Our
all
progress,
because of COVID. How long did COVID
our progress
last?
has gone. We've gone
then
back.
Then after COVID, you say Russia, Ukraine. The Ukraine themselves, they suffering like this.
I think that they borrowed so much in the first 4 years that this happened, and if they were able to have managed it, it would have been so okay. Then they'll leave, and then the next government comes, and then it crashes, and it's under the new government. That's what I feel.
Priority 1, 2,
3 is not a Ghanaian. So yes, that's it. For me, the economy doesn't look hope, but look bright. But for a deputy finance minister to be talking the way he's talking and asking those questions,
he doesn't think he'll be retained. That's clearly someone who knows that. And maybe he doesn't even want to be retained, because he's suffering.
That's another one. And because and they should stop using that if Bawumia comes card. Accept the fact that you guys couldn't do it. You answer. But I think Cedi should come for his own today.
Nobody can do it though.
The fundamentals are weak, and the exchange rate is exposing them all, and we are living in it, and that's it. My people, please. I keep saying yes, we are here for Ghana. And you get a chance, don't joke with the jackpot. On that note,
please, I cannot associate with that.
Don't associate, please. I'm telling you, when you get a chance, please go, because me that time, when I get a chance, I'll go. And I'll do the show from there and tell you how snow nkwa. Snow nkwa. Montina Ghana hona mundi nkwa.
Until someone shouts at you, hey, go back to your country.
So yes, of course, I really don't see what what this government to do. The whole if Bawumia comes, you come with a policy. Please, you've tried exchange gold, gold for oil. So gold for it didn't work. We are still where we are. Manage PPPs, do the fuel purchase themselves. We are owing over there as well. Charlie, I think all the people were shouting MPP in 2016. We all should be ashamed, and I'm one of them. So, on that note, this is Sauce and Pepper. Let us know what you think. How are you surviving? Please, if you have the tip, write it in the comments for us. If you are doing 110001, are you doing soakings in the day? Whatever it is, how you answer, please tell us, okay? Because we are going through it.
How much is Gary now?